More taste or less taste?
I don't care.
Kind of how your girlfriend doesn't care that you're borrowing her pants?
Called skinny jeans. Kind of in right now.
They're kind of not.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Benny. They say you can judge a man by the company he keeps, and well, the UFC is keeping the company of Bud Light, and now Dana White is telling you that you must drink gallons of Bud Light to be a patriot. What the hell is going on? Everyone's lost their minds. UFC was already facing a boycott after announcing that Bud Light will be sponsoring the UFC to the tune of $100 million plus. The tie-up with Anheuser-Busch's beleaguered brew, which has been slammed as sales decline sharply. Ill-fated campaign with Dylan Mulvaney is reportedly worth more than $100 million to the MMA Fighting League. So you're now going to see the MMA fight is going to have Bud Light all over it again, right? Oh boy, here we go. Please take us back. Please, manly men, take us back. That's what they're saying. Bud Light is paying $100 million to be the official beer of UFC. You know what? Lighting that money on fire would have been less embarrassing for that to happen. Fighters are going to hate this. Fans will hate it. The customers aren't coming back. Bud Light, period. Time to boycott the UFC, says people. Okay, so that they were already facing a boycott. Now, Dana White went on Tucker Carlson's show on X and said, you must drink gallons of Bud Light. Guzzle gallons of Bud Light if you consider yourself a patriot. This is getting Dana White in a bit of trouble. Maybe Dana White could guzzle gallons of this can. I don't know. Maybe he does. I'm not sure. But here's the clip that's getting him in a lot of trouble.
If you consider yourself a patriot, right? You're a patriot. You should be drinking gallons of Bud Light. Believe me when I tell you.
Wait. I should be boycotting Bud Light.
Gallons of Bud Light. You should have Bud Light drums stacked up in your garage and drinking it right out of the keg. They are way more aligned with you than most of these other beer companies are. That I guarantee you. Take it from somebody who's in the know, who does business with beer companies. You are way more aligned with Bud Light than you are with any other beer company.
I mean, they didn't come into partnership with you by accident.
No.
Obviously.
We had multiple bidders on the table.
Did they seek you out?
We had multiple bidders on the table. They were one of them. And as history has shown me with relationships that I've had with other beer companies, I, who lean more this way, I, who consider myself a patriot, I don't go crazy over the whole patriot thing, but I consider myself a proud American. I'm happy to be an American. I love this country, and you are way more aligned with Anheuser-Busch than you are with other beer companies.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the newest UFC championship featherweight fighter. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Dana White has decided to side with Dylan Mulvaney. Because a reminder that Bud Light has not apologized at all for the special can that was created for Dylan Mulvaney. Bud Light never once said, we are sorry to our customers for this. Bud Light has actually done nothing to change this. The ads are still up on Dylan Mulvaney's Instagram account and TikTok. They're still up with the hashtag Bud Light Partner. Also, Bud Light lied about the campaign. Bud Light said this is a single post, single can item. Not true. We know now, we have the receipts, that this was like a massive campaign that paid Dylan Mulvaney nearly six figures. So, Bud Light, again, paying for it, and we'll see. Maybe Dylan Mulvaney will join the UFC. I'm not sure. Dana White seems to be perfectly okay with that. Dana White, in this clip, getting absolutely nuked and ratioed. Dana White was paid $100 million to say this. Until Bud Light apologizes for promoting Dylan Mulvaney, I boycott, period. Yuengling, people are saying Yuengling's a great patriotic beer company. They are. If Bud Light gives me $100 million, I'll say the same. Sorry, Dana, Bud Light, boycott is forever. Money over principles, hard pass. As a Canadian, I'm offended that Bud Light identifies as beer, and so on and so on. Honestly, there should be a path to redemption for Bud Light. Otherwise, the behavior never changes. Bud Light paid for it in the value of the company, over $100 million, to UFC. I'd say they know now. Well, what do you think, ladies and gentlemen? People are not happy about this, obviously. Until Bud Light apologizes, the boycott goes on. Dana White was given $100 million to back Bud Light. Matt Walsh, one of the original people to call for the boycott of Bud Light, says the idea that Bud Light was sufficiently apologized by giving $100 million to Dana White is insane. Dana White isn't the one harmed by this ideology they pushed. If they had given $100 million to fund something that would be different, but they didn't. All right, boys, the boycott's over. Time to boost UFC stocks for Dana White. Drink Bud Light. I know for a fact that this was said in jest by Malcolm Flex. Ian Michael Chong held a poll. Will you drink Bud Light now that Dana White and Kid Rock support them? And everyone said no. The poll had 17,000 votes. Now, my favorite response to all of this has actually been a individual who fights in the UFC, who is a champion in the UFC, Sean Strickland, who, when they announced the original partnership with Bud Light, released this video that I thought was absolutely hysterical. And, like, given the fact that Sean Strickland is about as redneck and about as Republican as you could possibly get, the partnership with Bud Light clearly affects him. This is the pitch perfect response.
So guys, I'm on my way to training, and I just found out Bud Light's a new sponsor. And goddamn, I applaud you guys. I am so proud of you guys for doing the right things after that up. You know how I feel about transgenders. I go hard. Just what I do. I'm the biggest advocate of biological females. If I said my views on transgenders, I would get kicked off Instagram. But I cannot wait to pick up a big old Bud Light can and fix you, Bud Light, because you guys are doing the right thing. I, Sean Strickland, a representation of the American people, are going to fix you, Bud Light. Thank you for giving me money. Thank you for supporting my platform. I'm going to help you guys.
All right. Well, there you go. Ooh, boy. Careful who your friends are. A reminder, ladies and gentlemen.
Grandpa's feeling a little frisky today. Let me say something to all you and be as clear and concise as possible.
Where have we
Bud Light
gone?
And Anheuser-Busch. Have a terrific day.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. But now Dana White is saying, well, we celebrate it. We actually celebrate Bud Light, and we celebrate here. You should be drinking, guzzling this beer. Drink gallons of it, he says. Got to tell you, I don't think it's convinced a lot of people. And I think that Bud Light refusing to apologize and refusing to create a vector for people to know that they actually did make a mistake here is the issue that's holding all of this back. We've had people from the Anheuser-Busch family, like Billy Bush, come on our program and talk through this kind of stuff. But hey, Bud Light is now a foreign-owned beer company by a globalist company. Like, they're not an American company anymore. And so they have to stick to the talking points. They have to stay on the agenda. They have to stay on the message. And this is why, when given an opportunity to apologize, Brendan Whitworth, the guy who's in charge of the Bud Light brand, did it, in fact. Who can forget this mewling, pithy, limp, wobbling when he was on live TV talking about this, the greatest boycott in American history.
Given the moment we're in, this moment in America with trans issues at the top of a Republican social or conservative political agenda, knowing what you know now, if you could go back, would you send this can to this one person again?
There's a big social conversation taking place right now, and big brands are right in the middle of it. And it's not just our industry or Bud Light. It's happening in retail. It's happening in fast food. And so for us, what we need to understand is, deeply understand and appreciate, is the consumer and what they want, what they care about, and what they expect from big brands.
So this is part of why you're getting it from all sides, because I asked you, would you do it again? And people on the trans rights side of things, supporting that community, want you to say, yes, of course, we want that fortitude. And people on the right would criticize you for saying yes. So where are you on the issue? I mean, was this a mistake?
You know, Bud Light has supported LGBTQ since 1998, so that's 25 years. And as we've said from the beginning, we'll continue to support the communities and organizations that we've supported for decades. But as we move forward, you know, we want to focus on what we do best, which is brewing great beer for everyone, listening to our consumers, being humble and listening to them, making sure that we do right by our employees, take care and support our partners, and ultimately make an impact in the communities that we serve.
So shut up, you CIA hack. You know the guy's actually CIA. Brandon Whitworth was actually a CIA operative. Isn't that perfect? Isn't it amazing how that works? Isn't it amazing? Ladies and gentlemen, we think it's amazing to continue the Bud Light boycott, and of course we will never, ever, ever let up. You can just get down on your knees, you can apologize and grovel. Then that will start the healing process. Until then, it's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe. Stay based.